you say you gained 60 pounds of water on a car ride here because you're sitting up? That's not reality. Do you have a medical degree I don't know about? Seriously? You telling me if you were able to move, you would eat better?
Hello,
How y'all doing?
and welcome back to my 600-pound podcast. I'm Jen.
I'm Jess.
I'm so-and-so. I'm Pookie. Pee-pee.
I'm Pee-pee Poo-Poo.
And we're gonna be in Omaha. We're in Omaha right now.
Omaha, Nebraska. Don't know what's out there, but sounds great. Sounds like a grand old time with DeShaun.
Yeah. Sounds really fun, guys. We should all go.
Well, according to DeShaun, there is absolutely nothing going on in Omaha, despite the B-roll footage of like downtown Omaha. It looked really nice.
It looked nice. I would go. He's like, there's nothing to do here. I'm like, well, yeah. You don't leave your bed.
How would you know there's nothing to do here?
You looking at the Facebook events going on? You looking at anything online? What's going on?
I don't know what he sees. I don't know what he sees. I don't know what he knows. I mean, DeShaun is like, I'm not interested in anything. There's nothing for me out there. I don't want to do anything out there. And it's like, well, how do you know what's out there? I already did all that stuff when I was younger. And I'm like, younger? Yeah. You're 28.
Name me 3 things that are out there. Just name 3 things. I bet he couldn't.
I don't think he could name any of them.
Interesting.
This episode was a hot mess.
I know. I'm sorry.
Like, oof. I love a hot mess episode. Like, I love a Lacey B. I love, Dolly. I love like
Penny.
a Lisa E. Or another one where she didn't leave the bed. Mm-hmm. Penny.
But
I love those ones. Ooh.
This
was rough.
This was throwaway material that they just picked up off the floor and like, we gotta put an episode together. Let's just use this.
Yeah. This episode was honestly really depressing.
Oh, like, yeah.
You can tell this guy is deeply, deeply depressed. He's not well.
This is not just you're lazy. This is if I'm lazy, I will still leave my room. I'm like, I don't want to sit here. I'll still walk out, sit on the couch. This is like, he's not leaving his bedroom for months. That's people are like, oh, that he's being lazy. No, that's something else.
That's mental illness.
Yeah, that's
severe mental illness.
Because even on my laziest day, I'm like, I don't want to just sit in my bedroom. I need to like go lay on my couch at least.
Yeah. I at least move from the bedroom to the living room.
Right.
And the kitchen and the bathroom.
To not leave your room for months. This is something else, guys, we're looking at here.
Yeah. Something a little more severe than just sheer laziness.
Yeah.
Like, I saw a lot of people complaining about this episode, like, oh, what a waste of time. And I'm like, don't get me wrong. I love a failure. That's so terrible. Mm-hmm. Like, I love a train wreck, a good train wreck. But this was also like just watching someone in like a very deep, dark depression.
This is
cave.
Yeah. I was like, oh, why don't we has anyone wanted to take him anywhere? Like a mental, like inpatient, maybe? Like
What I'm so surprised about is later on in the episode, there's like a scene where he's talking with Dr. Now and his mom, and he's just like, I don't care, I don't want to be here, I want to die, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, did no one do anything about that?
Probably not. Skipped over it.
Yeah.
Because it was like, Angie J when she said, I want to hurt myself. Yes. And Dr. Paradise is like, well, you said the magic words. I have to call. Like, I have to call. You said it.
Yeah.
Like,
And he, like, Dr. Paradise waited with her until paramedics arrived. Like, and the whole time, though, she was like, I didn't mean it. But it's like, no, you said it. And, there's no turning back. Like, gotta help you out. Whereas no one was really helping DeShaun.
No.
And like even the family was just kind of like, they loved him, but like they were fed up with him.
Yeah.
For sure.
And then what Dr. Now says at the end, I'm also kind of like, oh, yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a little rough. I don't know if we want to get into that right now. Or
No.
We should
start from the beginning.
Okay. We should. Okay. We'll get into all that. But first, what have you been watching this week?
Oh, God. I don't even know. Probably nothing. I don't remember, honestly. It's just been so busy.
Wow.
Too busy.
Yeah, that's true. It's been a rough week at work and just life.
Yeah.
The news in general has just been depressing as hell. I've been watching Lost.
Oh, okay. That's probably all I've been doing. Like an episode or here or there.
Yeah, I'm halfway through season 2.
Oh my God.
Really enjoying it so far. Like trying to think what else have I been watching. Obviously Sister Wives. 90 Day.
The usual.
Brand new OG original 90 Day Fiance is coming out. I think it's season 10 or 11.
Oh, wow.
And they're introducing the first throuple.
Oh. How would that work though? Is it
what?
Is it two people from abroad that are coming over?
No. It's a couple. It's a couple here. And I guess they're dating a person abroad who they're bringing over on a K-1 visa.
Oh, okay.
I assume it's the same thing as like in Seeking Sister Wife, the Merrifields, that couple, Danielle and Garrick, where they actually got a divorce so that Garrick could possibly bring a wife over on a K-1 visa.
That's a Mary Brown situation.
That's a Mary Brown situation from Sister Wives.
To get divorced.
Divorced so he can marry the other wife.
Yeah. Woof. Oh, no.
What a mess. What a mess. But I mean, I'm real excited for the new 90 Day. Sister Wives, as always, is a hot mess. I think they just did their apparently they did a mid-season finale, and now there's going to be a little break between the next half of this season of Sister Wives. I don't know what they're doing. I know Reddit and the Shit Talk podcast has been going on about Robin Brown's doll collection.
Oh, ridiculous. She, like, the whole family is like saying how broke they are. Robin Brown is the culprit. She's culpable.
Absolutely. She's culpable because she's spending $700 on one American Girl doll on Etsy and then $300 for dresses. And she's bought multiple dolls, multiple dresses. She bought one of her dolls a dresser before she bought her son Dayton a dresser.
That's freak behavior. I'm sorry if you collect dolls, but that's freak behavior.
Like, don't get me wrong. I enjoy a good collection. Like, I'm literally sitting in my anime room right now with all my anime figures and manga and like all my other like hobby stuff. But also, I'm not deeply in debt at all or in debt at all.
She's taken from these other women their money, essentially.
Honestly, people have been on the Shit Talk podcast group, people have been talking about somebody's got to let Janelle and Mary know.
Oh, yeah.
About this. Like, I want to send them a DM so bad and just be like, have you guys seen Robin's payment history on Etsy?
Ooh.
Oh.
Ow, my God. Oh. To see Janelle's reaction. Oh, my God.
Oh. When they do the tell-alls, can someone tell Sukanya to bring up the doll situation? Because I would pay good money to watch that.
Same. I know this is not a Sister Wives podcast, but oh my God, I would like to be a fly on the wall when Janelle finds out what fucking Robin Brown is spending on these dolls. Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh, like it all started years ago when Robin Brown was like, apparently she had a lot of Victoria's Secret credit card debt.
Wow.
And she was like, well, they're the only brand that makes long jeans. I have very long limbs. I need their jeans and long sleeve shirts. And it's like, bitch, Victoria's Secret, shut up.
I didn't even know they sold jeans.
Honestly, do they even sell jeans? Have they ever sold jeans?
I don't know. I've never heard of that.
So. No. Never heard of that at all. God,
she's a liar.
damn.
I don't know. I don't like her.
She's a fucking liar. Yeah, but that's about it. All I've been watching. Oh, the Scamanda show. The Scamanda show. The new Scamanda documentary based off of the podcast Scamanda about this woman named Amanda who's faking cancer. First episode came out. Loved it.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
Cannot wait for more. Cannot wait for more. It's going to be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I'm trying to think. Yeah, nothing else that I've been watching really. Oh, I did watch the brand new Extreme Home Makeover Home Edition with the Home Edit girls.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah. Like what is it? The two women, what makes this different than the other Extreme Home Makeover is that these two women are really into organizing.
Ooh, I love that.
So what they do is they have every single item in the family's home brought to a giant warehouse, and they lay out every single item, room by room, and they have the family go through the whole warehouse and get rid of stuff. Oh, did you just hear my cats fighting?
Yeah, what was that?
They've already eaten.
That was loud.
I don't know what they're doing.
Ooh, I hear them.
Yeah, I heard them again.
But laying out and organizing, that's like honestly my dream. If I could get paid a ton of money to organize people's houses, I would do it. I love it.
Oh, what I want them to come to my house because I realize I have just so much random shit and clutter. And I want a deep clean so bad. Ooh. Just like a deep, like, I've been slowly getting rid of stuff. Like, I just did another, like, huge, like, 2 trash bags and a, like, cardboard box full of random shit in my house, and I put it on my porch, and I just had this company called Green Drop. I just had them come by and pick it up.
Nice.
It was amazing. Didn't even have to do anything except set it out on the porch and schedule a pickup.
Oh wow, that's nice.
Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah. Alrighty, should we get into DeShaun?
Yeah. Ugh, so this is season 13, episode 6. DeShaun Davis. He's 28 years old. Weight unknown. Every single episode.
I'm sick of this. This one makes sense though because he has not been to a doctor or left the house. So of course his weight is going to be unknown.
Yeah.
God. So he is from Omaha, Nebraska. And the opening scene we get, he is swaddled in a blanket on the mattress in his room. Like swaddled, like full on, like tucked in, swaddled like a baby.
Right.
He's 28.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Who tucked him in? Who swaddled him?
He swaddled himself. Maybe he did. But it starts with him in the bed. He lives with his mom, and he also has 2 sisters and a brother. And he is the eldest of all these siblings, but they kind of take care of him. That sucks.
Yeah, woof. Woof. So, sorry, this opening scene though, when he's sitting up in the bed. For I think it's his interview, I literally wrote, why is his ass backwards?
You can't say that.
Literally, the way he's sitting and the way the shorts are on him, it literally looks like his ass is in front of him.
Oh.
His ass is literally backwards.
Yeah.
That's how large his thighs are.
They're huge.
Huge. And I'm like, oh, shit. Okay. Like if he were to just lay down flat, I would literally think he's laying on his belly.
If you didn't see his face. Yeah.
Jesus.
But Diamond is his sister. She's like, "Oh, I love my brother. I call him my shiny poo." Shiny poop?
Shiny poo.
Shiny poo.
Ew.
It's weird. Okay. But he goes to the bathroom. He has to use a walker to get up. The bathroom's right next to his, like it's pretty much connected to his room. And Diamond, his sister.
Yeah, is this the master bedroom? He has the master bedroom.
This is, I think, a 1-bedroom apartment. And he has the master. Yeah. Interesting.
What about his mom and siblings?
We find out where somebody's sleeping in the living room.
Yeah, I know.
Because I thought it was just him and his mom in there.
That's what I thought too, but the sister lives with him too.
Okay. So, his poor sister Diamond has to help bathe him while he's sitting on the toilet. And she's like, yeah, it can be pretty awkward and it's tough. But he will sometimes go months without washing himself. So I'd rather do this and it'd be awkward than have somebody stink. So I get that.
That is fucking crazy. Gone months without touching water.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Like, Diamond even says, like, water is your best friend. Like, you need it. And you can tell by looking at his legs, he does not touch water often.
He needs a really good moisturizer.
A really good moisturizer. You know how they say touch grass? Touch water.
Touch water, please.
Please. Oh my God. So this is when DeShaun is talking a little bit, and he talks about how he's depressed, but he is able to like wash himself on the toilet. His sister kind of comes in and helps him. But overall, he kind of stays in his room.
Yeah, he does not leave.
And just, no.
He's got a TV in there. He's got his phone, and he's kind of just set up.
Yeah. And later on, there's a microwave in there.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
He's got a whole setup. It looked like there was Little Debbie snacks by the door. I kept trying to pause and see what it was, but it was a little too blurry. It looked like either Nutty Bars or Cosmic Brownies.
I couldn't tell.
But for all I know, it could have been something else. I don't know.
Could not tell.
Yeah. So we find out that Diamond does most of the cooking and shopping for the family. And then we meet his mom, Willa. She is also in a walker. But she, I think, gets around more than he does.
Oh, yeah, she does. She has an oxygen also that we see later. She says that he was very spoiled. He was the baby for the first 5 years before the other kids came along. And so, well, that's not good. Like, you can't spoil a kid into their 20s. That's crazy.
Yeah. Holy shit. Especially when there's other children, too.
Yeah.
Like, come on. So his backstory, he said his mom used to do drugs. His dad was locked up around when he was age 5. And like shortly after, not shortly, but sometime after that, his stepdad came into the picture. And he said things got worse. Him and his stepdad did not get along. His stepdad called him slow, dumb, and fat. Horrible. So he said he focused on his friends and he stayed out of the house. When he was around 7 or 8, he got into an argument, or I don't know if it was him or his mom got into an argument with stepdad. And DeShaun actually helped his mom fight off the stepdad.
Yeah. And got out of the
horrific
situation. It's crazy.
Yeah. That's nuts. DeShaun says that he was bullied in school. He ate junk food to cope. Food was his coping mechanism. And then he said as he got a little older, he was hanging out with the wrong crowd. They were shoplifting, breaking into houses. And I'm like, he said he was big his whole life. How exactly were you, I assume, when you shoplift? Well, you probably don't run.
No.
But I would assume you have to be like stealthy.
He's probably hiding
in houses.
He's the lookout for breaking in.
Oh,
I don't know.
The lookout. Probably.
But during all this, Diamond brought them breakfast, so he's eating pancakes. He's eating all this food in his room.
Yeah, him and his mom use their walkers as tables.
Yes,
that just kind of says a lot.
We love people that utilize
dual use.
Yeah, dual use item.
So DeShaun says when he was 12, he went to a group home.
Yeah. Oof.
Sounds like because of his behavior, his mom didn't want him in the house or just couldn't have him in the house. He did say at the group home, though, his grades got better and he was able to go home. He was acting better, like everything was great. He said after the group home, he went back to school. He said, though, kids were more mature in middle school, and instead of talking to his face, they talked about him behind his back. And I'm like,
how's that? Any better?
Okay.
Well,
yeah. He said he smoked marijuana a lot. And then by the age of 18, he was in the 500s.
Yeah. That's pretty bad.
Yeah,
and
that is.
This is when he mentions that when he was 15 years old, he was with his mom, with some friends at home, having
a shindig.
having a little shindig, and they started to hear gunshots, and he says bullets were flying everywhere, and a bullet grazed his hand and hit his thumb.
Oof.
No one died, so everybody was fine.
Thank
God. But after that, I think I freaked him out, and he just started to stay at home all day. He's like, I kept to myself, and I wouldn't leave my house, so I dropped out of school, went on disability, and I just wanted to be home with my mom. She's my best friend. That's some serious mental illness that went
severe
unchecked.
Mental illness. I'm curious what the disability is. Like, is it just his weight? Is it agoraphobia? Was he using like being shot? Because his hands, he could use his hands just fine.
Yeah. The hands, I don't think
he didn't have scars.
Oh, he had that one scar.
Interesting. So then 2 hours later, they're trying to go shopping. DeShaun is laying in the bed and his mom is trying to get his shoes on. And I'm like, he's 28 years old and his mom has to help him get his shoes on.
The shoes thing in this whole episode is weird and very childish.
This is weird. There's a whole thing about shoes this episode. It is real strange. These shoes look brand new. Sean starts arguing with his mom that, these shoes are too small. They're not going to fit my feet. And I'm like, we've seen shoes throughout this show. Like, what was it? Jackie.
Yeah.
Last episode with her shoes. Her shoes were the MVPs.
Right.
Like, you don't need to
just unlace them.
They don't need to fit perfectly.
No, take the tongue all the way out. Unlace, no lace, tongue out. They'll fit. You can make them work. They'll be fine.
Oh, Christ. So he's arguing with his mom about the shoes. They eventually give up and they're both just sitting there. So he calls Diamond to go to the store for him. And it's kind of annoying because his mom is literally just sitting there in the bed looking all concerned. And it's like, yet you're making your other child go out to go shopping for him.
Right. So Diamond, he video calls Diamond when she gets to the store. He's like, I want some Kool-Aid packets. I want the hot cheese puffs, the jalapeno cheese puffs, cake, ice cream.
Don't forget the dip.
The dip. Don't get the dip. And
don't forget the dip.
And after all this, he's like, can you go and stop and pick me up some dinner? And then she goes to like fast food place and goes and gets some fast food.
It was clearly McDonald's. Yeah. And this is when DeShaun says, I don't believe I can change. I hope I can. It's the attitude already is just so bad. Like just such negativity.
Right. So his mom talks about how she's so worried about him getting like blood clots because he barely gets up and walks. And she's like, I will literally go over and stay at my friend's house for days because I just get so upset seeing my son like this. Ooh, if my mom said that about me, send me over the edge.
Also, the thing is, she's like, I have to stay away from him because I can't look at him. And it's like, girl, just shut the door. It's not like he's going to leave.
She's talking about, like, I guess, metaphorically. I don't know.
I don't know, man. But the fact that this grown woman has to stay at her friend's house because she can't look at her son. Girl.
It's pretty bad.
Therapy for all of them.
I know.
This is rough. So we get to month 1, the first time. So his feet are hanging off of the bed. And I'm like, why doesn't he lay on the mattress better? Like, he's laying short ways. Like, lay
the long
fully
way
on the mattress.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. So this is when we meet Kavana, his caretaker. She says she comes in Monday through Friday to take care of him. I'm like, okay, interesting. She ends up making him breakfast and he's like on his PlayStation. She wants to get him out of the room so that the doctor can help him. She said, I'm 24 and I don't normally work with people so close to my age. So to me, he feels like a family member, like a brother to me. I assume she mostly works with the elderly. And she knows when she's not there on the weekends, that's all snacks and junk food.
Yeah.
And the big difference here is Kavana made him 1 plate for breakfast.
Right.
Versus when Diamond made them breakfast, it was like several plates. Yeah.
Interesting.
So they're talking about the weather. And then she mentioned that the groundhog died on Groundhog Day.
I think they are
and I was like,
mistaken.
I don't know, because I think I looked it up. Major the groundhog died in 2024 on Groundhog Day.
Oh, that's fucked up. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Does that mean months?
That also, yeah.
Months of winter.
Also, there was another groundhog that died on Groundhog Day in 2022.
Wow.
So this could either be filmed 2022 or 2024.
It was 2022.
I'm hoping 24.
No.
I can hope.
Dude, that's weird.
Yeah, that's wild. But I was kind of gauging to see when this was filmed. I was kind of hoping it would be 2024, but who knows?
I don't think so. So
I know.
He's going to have a video call with Dr. Now. He's like, I don't think this is going to go very well because the doctors just tell me the same thing I already know. So okay, they start the call. Dr. Now's like, well, what do you want to do? He's like, well, I just want to get back in shape and lose weight. That's pretty vague. And he says he's almost 700 pounds. And Dr. Now asks, well, how long have you been overweight? He's like, I've been big my whole life. Everything I try just does not work. And it's like, well, you know, you're obviously overeating. And so he asks him about, what do you eat for breakfast? He's like, oh, you know, I eat eggs, toast, waffles. And he's like, I don't know how many eggs I eat. He's so oblivious. He's like, I don't know. Whatever they bring me is what I eat.
But also, he's not watching them make the food.
No,
so he doesn't know how many eggs.
He has no idea. He's not in the kitchen. He never goes in there. And then he's like, exercising, I just stand up for a couple minutes.
Oh my God.
And this gets pretty bad. this is
pretty bad. So then Dr. Now is just like, okay, well, do you have any goal in life? He's like, I have no friends, no visitors other than family. And he's like, okay, what about other goals in life? Would you like to travel? And DeShaun is like, well, yeah, anywhere's better than Omaha. And Dr. Now is like, okay, well, if you could travel, where would you want to go? I don't know. Maybe Missouri with my uncle.
Of all the places in the world.
Wow. And Dr. Now is like, that's not the best goal, but we'll work with it. And Dr. Now's like, well, how bad do you want to get out of Omaha? And he's like, real bad. But also, you're 28 years old. I'm sure you've been bedbound pretty much the last 10 years since you dropped out of high school. Like maybe 15, 16, maybe, I don't know. What do you even know about Omaha?
Have you really done anything there? Have you gone out to places? He's probably never gone to any cool restaurants, any events. No. So he's like, I hate it here. Have you done anything though?
Have you even, other than high school and the group home and the houses you were breaking into and maybe shoplifting, maybe the local Walmart or Target, Walgreens, CVS,
you know those emo songs that are all like, I hate this fucking town? That's DeShaun.
Yeah. That's him. I hate this fucking town. That's DeShaun. Christ. So while he's video chatting with Dr. Now, he just keeps looking down the whole time. I don't know if he's holding his phone or if he's twiddling his thumbs. I don't know. But he's looking down. It looks like his eyes are almost closed. He's barely paying attention. So Dr. Now is like, okay, well, it sounds like you're at the mercy of the nurse that brings you the food. And maybe we'll talk to her about what you're eating. Dr. Now is like, you know what? We'll bring in a nutritionist and PT. And I think it's really important that you start up psychotherapy again, because DeShaun was in psychotherapy, but his previous therapist left, and I guess they never transitioned him over to a new therapist, or who knows. Basically, he fell through the cracks. So he said, okay, Dr. Now is like, I want your nurse to give me a call, or I want her info so we can talk about how to eat better. I'll go over the diet with her. And, in the meantime, maybe you should get up and try walking around the house. And this is when DeShaun says, well, I need shoes to walk around the house.
No, you do not.
It's carpeted. I could understand if it was hardwood slipping, but they also make non-slip socks, non-slip slippers, but there's carpet.
Yeah.
What's the reason?
What is the reason?
What is the reason? So, according to Dr. Now, he has zero motivation to change. Why would he? He has a nurse that makes all his food. He's doesn't pay rent. He's living for free. He gets free food. Later on, Dr. Now is like free video games. Everything is just paid for.
Yeah.
You know, he just gets whatever he wants. Why would he change?
Like, why? What's the point? So now it is month 1 again.
Again. Mm-hmm.
Again.
I don't know what the hell they're doing at Megalomedia. What are y'all doing over there?
This is the throwaway season.
Yeah, for real.
So we get Aisha, another cousin, and she's here, and she brings him a milkshake from McDonald's. And she's like,
girl, that was a large caramel frap if I ever saw one.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, you guys are like insane. So the nurse is supposed to call Dr. Now with the meal plan that he's supposed to be eating. So he's like, you know what? I might eat it. I might not. I don't know. So now we meet Peyton, a dietitian. She comes in the room and she is like, okay, you know, what about goals? And he's like, well, I want to walk without my walker. Okay, that's a good goal. And she's like, well, what do you drink? You know, I usually only drink water. And she's like, well, what's that right behind you? What's that on the windowsill? And he's like, oh,
what's that?
That's yeah, because she sees the frap milkshake behind him. And he's like, oh, I want to get healthier so I can just lose weight, so I can get around better. So she's like, okay, let me go in your kitchen. Let me look through like their pantry and let me just bring some stuff in here. Instead of, you know, him going out to the fucking kitchen with her and looking through everything. So she brings...
Oh, yeah, he's got to wait for her to bring stuff to him.
Literally insane. That's so embarrassing. She brings in pizza rolls. They look at the nutrition labels and they also go through the ramen packs and the yogurts, and he the whole time just seems so uninterested in everything she's saying.
Yeah.
And she's like, all right, well, you know, this is all not good, so I'm going to take all this with me. We get another nutritionist stealing food.
Yeah. Like, this is just, it's a hot mess. It's a hot mess. So she brings to him the frozen pizza and the ramen noodles. Okay, I did not know this about ramen noodles, that you're supposed to break them in half.
Because I noticed they always come like stacked on top. And I'm like, oh, it's just like you're supposed to boil this whole thing. You're supposed to apparently, in every ramen pack, you're only supposed to eat half the noodles. Who fucking does? There's barely any noodles to begin with.
Who does that?
There's barely anything in there. I'm not doing that.
Yeah. No, I'm eating the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, I'm eating the whole thing. So
this is insane.
I just lost my place.
I was confused. It's okay. I was just confused why she isn't talking with anyone else in the house about this. Like, it's just him. You know he's bedbound, basically. You know he doesn't walk out to the kitchen. Why aren't you talking to the mom, the sister, the cousin Aisha, who brought him the large caramel frap?
Yeah. Where are they? Wasn't she just there?
Where are they?
Where are they? Interesting.
Also, this whole scene, he's got these moth-bitten socks. Ugh.
Gross.
Someone get him some fresh socks, please. Christ.
And he's got holes in some of his shirts, too. It's like, run down to Walmart.
Yeah.
Get a pack of Hanes. I know we just... oh, well. You guys haven't heard it yet. Brandy and Candy. With their shirts.
Oh. Yeah.
But
that's okay. That's fine,
That's coming up on Patreon. But yeah, I don't know. He needs a whole new wardrobe. Just clothes without holes in them would be nice. But so the next day, Sarah, the physical therapist, comes. So she brings like the bands, like the armbands and stuff. She's like, okay, let's try this on your feet. So they wrap it around his feet, and she's like, oh, can you push your toes out? You know, push your toes in, move your feet around. And she's like, you know, he's like, oh, it's not that bad. It doesn't hurt. It's fine. And then Sarah's like, okay, like, let's get you up and get you walking. So he gets up with the walker.
When he gets up off the bed, though, there's like a marker in the bed, like rolling around. And I'm like, what the hell is that marker for? Does he even know it's there? Can he even feel it?
What was he writing?
And also, what was he writing? And the mattress is covered in plastic wrap.
I noticed that. How uncomfortable is that?
Nightmare. Like, and the plastic wrap goes away. halfway through the episode, but it comes back. Like someone is somehow like covering the mattress in plastic and then removing it and then covering it again.
I wonder why.
Like what is going on here?
It's for
I'm so curious.
For cleanliness.
So curious.
So Sarah gets him up in the walker and he walks a couple steps around the room. And he's like, man, it's getting hot in here. And she's like, well, that's what exercise does. It makes you sweat. And she's like, I want you to get up a couple times a day to build your strength. And so she leaves, and he's like, oh, I thought PT was cool. It was different. And this that was it. Kind of monotone. It was cool.
Oh, God. It was just a hot mess, honestly. And this is when I saw the microwave in his room. And that was pretty much it.
It's to reheat food.
Yeah. Ugh. It's to reheat the burritos and the frozen pizza. So we finally get to month 2, if this is even month 2 or month 3, who the hell knows? So the mom says that she's going to join his calorie journey soon, but she needs to figure out some other health stuff for her first. Sure, Jan.
Sure.
Diamond. Speaking of Diamond, she is a diamond in the rough. She is a gem in this family. She is shine bright like a diamond. She's making asparagus and chicken, actually trying to stick to the diet, you know?
Yeah.
But this is when, this is so fucked up. This is when Diamond also says, you know, it's really hard to cook, keep up with the house, do all the shopping, and work full time by myself. After she says that, the mom and DeShaun are complaining about what is taking her so long.
Wow. That is so rude.
So fucking rude. And Diamond brings the plates over to them, and the mom's like, or Diamond's like, oh, do you guys want me to get you a drink? What do you want, some water? And the mom's like, well, what about soda?
Wow. Willa.
Diamond's like, it's not even in the house. I'm like, good for you, girl. Good for you. Oh my God. So DeShaun and the mom are acting like they've never seen asparagus before. Like they are. DeShaun starts sucking on a piece of the asparagus like it's foreign to him. And the mom is just staring at it like it's the grossest thing she's ever seen. And the whole time they're talking about the asparagus, and Diamond is just eating, you know, like normal. She's like, you guys better eat all that. And they're like, I don't know. I don't like asparagus.
Well, okay, I will give it to that. Like, she did not cut. You're supposed to cut the ends off. And she didn't
cut the
do
ends.
That, so I mean,
but she told them, I didn't cut the ends, so don't eat that part, and they still ate it.
Yeah,
like DeShaun took the entire thing and shoved it in his mouth to eat it. And I'm like, why would you do that? They're just
acting like kids. Oh, that's so frustrating, especially with the mom too, being like, yeah, I don't know.
Oh, the mom is. I don't like this. This is
you
nasty,
cook something,
but it's seasoned well.
So rude.
Then why don't you get off your ass and cook something? Exactly.
Right.
Like I am not the biggest fan of asparagus, but I do enjoy asparagus when it's been baked in the oven and it's crispy.
Yeah. It's good.
Oh, like it's crunchy. So our mom makes bacon wrapped asparagus, and ever since she made that, Jake has been making it a lot.
Nice.
So effing good. Oh, it is so good. And like the bacon gets crispy and the asparagus gets crispy and it's like crunchy. Yeah. It's so good.
Delicious.
It's delicious.
Like, I just hate people that complain. And like, then don't, like, especially if somebody's cooked something for you, just shut up.
Right. Shut the hell up. Diamond is doing all the work here. And then right before the cameras cut, well, first off, there was a ton of asparagus left over, which is annoying as hell. And right before the cameras cut, though, the mom made a face at the camera, like kind of a face that she, you know, was like, this was the grossest thing ever. I'm about to order out food.
Yeah.
That's the kind of face she made. That's what I got from it.
Just her whole, I can't start with the diet just yet. Shut up. Shut up. I don't want to hear it.
Girl, shut the hell up.
So now, we are now at month 3. We are in Texas, and Dr. Now is walking around his like office, the hospital, and he's like, it's been 6 months since I talked to DeShaun. We are
6 weeks.
I
6 weeks.
6 months, sorry. Yeah, 6 weeks. I was going to
no,
say
it was 6 weeks.
Yeah, I was
because
like,
we're only
what?
on month 3.
But he has not connected him with the nurse that works with him. So his mom, Willa, finally called Dr. Now and set up a call with DeShaun's nurse finally. So Lana, the nurse, calls Dr. Now.
I'm like, who the hell is
Was
Lana?
she the other nurse?
Wasn't her name? No. What was her name? Kavana?
Yeah, and then who's Lana? Because that's the name.
Yeah. Yeah, Kavana was the caretaker. Now, who is Lana?
Maybe like this is another nurse he gets.
We don't know.
But
maybe they have different nurses that come out. I don't know.
But
I don't know.
She prepares the food for him. And Lana goes on to explain that the family enables him and they give him way more food than he should have. When she is not there, they will give him whatever he wants because he will scream and yell. And she says he has a terrible attitude. Ooh, she's giving Dr. Now the tea. And she's like, I will try to maybe work on my schedule so I can stay there longer to monitor his meals so they don't just give him whatever he wants. But Dr. Now is like, it seems like everyone around DeShaun is playing a part in enabling him.
Yeah. And this is when we see Dr. Now has an iPhone. And so he's an iPhone girly, just like us. Yes, girl. God. So month 4. This is when we see that the mom, Willa, is on oxygen now. And I'm like, goodness gracious. What's going on with her?
She can't be that old.
Jeez. So she says she can't be that old.
I don't know.
Let's see. He's 28. Let's assume she was 20 when she gave birth to him. So she's 48.
Why are we assuming? Why are we assuming? She could be early 50s, mid 50s.
Maybe. Oy. So it's time to call Dr. Now. And so Willa says to Dr. Now, he has gained weight and has not done anything. Apparently, he only did physical therapy a few times and then never followed up to confirm the therapy appointment for Dr. Paradise. He told PT to stop coming. And this is when DeShaun just like stops talking. And the mom is like, I guess I'm going to have to start talking for you. And she tells Dr. Now that DeShaun stopped walking. Like he's just laying in bed all day. And she doesn't think that he actually wants to change.
Nope. I feel like at this point, if I had a child that wouldn't even leave their bedroom, I think I would be like looking into inpatient situation. Yeah. Because this is like some kind of severe depression.
Yeah, like a severe depression. This is when he starts like saying, whatever, I don't care. I'd rather die. I don't care. And so Willa then is like, you're going to die here. And he's like, no, I won't. I'll die up the street.
What?
Huh? What the fuck is he talking about?
Go die up the street.
And then what the fuck are you talking about? And then he says his nurse barely comes and he doesn't eat much and he's barely eating. And it's like,
yeah. He says that he gets his food stamps.
Sure, Jan.
And from food stamps, he gets food. But besides that, he doesn't eat. Like, what are you talking about?
Dr. Now pops in with are you done with your fit? Ooh. Willa says she is done. And Dr. Now's like, oh, let me talk to you. And immediately she's like, oh, me? Yes, of course.
Yeah.
DeShaun just keeps saying that he's trying and that I don't care. Everybody's pissing me off and saying I'm not doing anything. I'm not even eating every day. And I'm like, oh, DeShaun, this is so messy.
So doctor asked the mom, Willa, he's like, how did he get into such a comfortable position? It's free food, free housing, free video games. It's like, what's going on? And he's like, he's not appreciative of what his mom does for him. Like, it's crazy.
No. He's just laying there on his phone. And Dr. Now says to Willa, he's like, you know what, please, like, don't give up on him. And of course the mom is like, I'm not going to give up on him, but he's got to grow up. Like, this is
something
ridiculous.
I will say. She's like, I don't know how to motivate him. I know how to motivate him. Take away his phone. Take the TV out of his room. Literally take everything out of his room. I bet $1 million.
Yeah.
If everything was out of that room besides that bed he's sitting on, his ass will be in the living room. Guarantee.
Oh, 100%.
Like
100%. 100%. Or you know what? Tell him maybe Mom and Diamond should take the bedroom with the bathroom attached.
Yeah.
And you
whoever bed is in that living room, that can be his bed, and then they can take that room. That's what I would have done. I would have done that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's not paying any bills.
You get in the living room.
He doesn't work. Get your ass out. Oh my God. This just drives me nuts. And DeShaun is like, you guys act like I'm getting treated like a king. And I'm like, again, you have free roof over your head, free food, free video games. You don't have any like responsibilities. Mm-hmm. You just lay in bed all day playing video games and sitting on your phone. That is my dream life.
Now, it would be one thing if they took everything out of the room except for like the bed and he still wouldn't come out. That's when I'd be like, okay, impatient. We're taking you out. You're going somewhere. Because that's when it's like, if he could just sit there in silence with nothing, that's insane.
Oh,
but
yeah, that's too much. So they're pushing a therapist again, and he's like, "You really need to get into therapy, like really, like this is getting ridiculous."
So the call ends. Yeah.
So yep.
And his mom is like, "It's hurtful." Oh, sorry.
All right. So they end the call, and then that was kind of the end of that scene, and so. It's the next scene. I don't know if this is a different day, whatever. His cousin Aisha comes in and calls him turkey nuts. And I'm like, I've never heard that insult before. That's interesting. So, so he's got an appointment with Dr. Paradise. And, the last scene with Dr. Now, the plastic was not on the mattress.
Oh.
This scene with Dr. Paradise, the plastic is back on the mattress. And there's plastic on this little mini table that they put the laptop on. Real weird. Interesting. So Aisha says, Aisha brings him the laptop and DeShaun is like, oh, you going to talk to him? And Aisha's like, I don't want to talk to your therapist. I barely want to talk to you.
Why would she?
And I'm like, damn.
Why would she be on the call?
I don't know. Yeah, why would she be on the call? But also she says she barely wants to talk to DeShaun and says she is distancing herself from him.
Ooh.
So what is happening?
I don't know.
Is he bullying members of the family? Like, is the whole family trying to like get him to not be bedbound? Like, what is happening here? So he meets with Dr. Paradise. It kind of gives his whole life story. You know, his dad was in jail for 20 years. His dad recently got out a few years ago. And Dr. Paradise says, oh, okay, well, did you have any other like dads, moms, boyfriends, stepdads in your life? I didn't have a stepdad. I don't claim him. And I'm like, oh, here we go. So DeShaun explains he was quiet and then picked on, and that's when he would blow up and fight. He doesn't like going anywhere anyways. He's just kind of going on about how, you know, I don't like anybody. I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to do anything. And it's like you have the option. Like you could leave even if you wanted to. You can't, bro.
I know. You can barely walk.
Barely walk. So he keeps going back and forth about this, how I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to do anything. I hate Omaha. I hate it here. Then he talks about how he has PTSD from being shot. And this is interesting because Dr. Paradise is like, you say you don't want to go outside, that home is your safe place, but also when you were shot, you were at
That's
home
nuts.
In your safe place.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Crazy. Now, DeShaun does say, you know, that was their old place they lived in. And so this new place is definitely safe. But, oh God, he says there's nothing out there for me to do. He's never had a job. I'm not interested in stuff nowadays. I did most of the stuff when I was younger.
What stuff?
What stuff? Shoplifting?
What were you doing?
What were you doing? You're 28. Yeah. What the hell have you been doing? It is, very weird. And so Dr. Paradise is like, okay, well, what you're doing now is like being in jail.
Yeah.
DeShaun says, It's a good jail cell.
Yeah, he's like, it's comfortable.
Bro.
Fucking nuts.
And then he just keeps repeating himself. There's nothing outside that interests me. You know, I last left this room 6 to 7 months ago. And Dr. Paradise is like, well, if there's a fire, you can get yourself out, right? Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
So maybe we need to light a literal fire under his fat ass. Like, bro.
Because Dr. Paradise is like, your life is a fire. Like, I need you to think of it like that. You need to do something about it. And the homework he gives him is to go into the living room once a day. He's like, yeah, I could do that. He just sounds so
if I wanted to.
Uninterested.
God, and this, towards the end, his eyes are like half open. He looks like he's fallen asleep, not paying attention. Don't know if he's high or what. But he is just like, oh, maybe I'll do the homework. I'm not confident, though. I'll do it. I don't know. I could do it if I wanted to. Like, that's the kind of attitude he has. Mm-hmm. It's so fucking annoying. And then when the camera zooms out and we see the way the computer was facing him, positioned, what did Dr. Paradise see? That's what I want to know.
His legs.
God, ass backwards. So Aisha comes in to take the computer and she was like, oh, how was therapy? It was irritating. I mean, he did say it felt like we kept going over each other, like talking over each other, which I get with sometimes telehealth. Yeah. That makes it hard. And Aisha says, you know, did you get anything out of it? And it was okay, I guess. And he's like, I don't know if I'm ready to seek help.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. What the fuck, bro? Christ. So now we're at month 5.
Yeah. And he's taking it upon himself to do PT on his foot.
Okay. You know what? He's trying the leg band exercises. He's got his foot on the microwave. You know, the mattress is still covered in plastic. Then he starts doing the armband exercises. He stands a little, and then he actually walks out of the room.
Yes.
Wow. And that's when we see there's a bed in the living room. There's a litter box inside of a cage. And I'm like, okay, they definitely have a cat. Mm-hmm. But why is there a cage? Who cages their cat?
I don't know. That's kind of weird.
Yeah. I've had cats majority of my life, and I've never put any of them in a cage. Unless it's like a little carrier crate to take them to the vet.
I don't know why the litter box is in there. Maybe to catch the extra litter, but just put a mat down. I don't know. Right. Oh, also, when he's walking to the patio outside, I didn't catch this at first, but did you see that thing run between his legs? I was like, what the fuck was that? What was that? It looked like either...
Was that a cat?
It must have been a very tiny cat, because it looked like almost like the size of a large rat or a very small kitten. And I was like, it came from outside, ran between his legs into the house. I was like, what the hell was that?
Whoa. Okay. This is interesting because when he sits on the porch, he waves to Aisha, who is outside, like holding the cat outside.
Interesting. I hope it's more than one cat.
Interesting. God, I hope so. But she's holding the cat outside, walking around outside with the cat. And then all of a sudden, the cat was on the porch with him. And then the scene cuts again. And now the cat is back in Aisha's arms outside.
Wow. It's a magic cat.
It was weird. He has a magic cat. Like a teleporting cat. It was very strange. So he's on the porch and I haven't seen this boy's eyes open this whole episode like that. He had a wide smile on his face. His eyes were open. He video calls his mom from the porch and he's like, this feels really nice. This fresh air is so nice. Like, gee.
Yeah.
Wow.
He said,
who'd have thought?
It's been 2 years. 2 years since he's been outside.
Jesus Christ.
And his mom is so excited when they're FaceTiming.
She is so excited on the video call. And he's like, yeah, Mom, you can sit on the porch with me. And she's like, I don't know if the porch can hold all of our weight. Ooh. And he's like, old lady's got jokes. Yeah. So DeShaun does say the little stuff he's been doing is helping. He says because those little things that him and Dr. Paradise talked about are helping, he feels like he's starting to trust people and take their advice. He laughs and he says, this feels good. Okay, baby
Mhm.
steps. Baby
Yeah.
steps. Like, shoo. And that's all of month 5. So month 6, he gets up out of bed again and he goes out to the living room to hang out with his mom.
Wow.
Now, this is weird. He says that Dr. Now said he didn't want to see him anymore. And I'm like, when did Dr. Now say that?
This is what, month 5, maybe? Month 6, maybe.
Month 6.
He's not making progress, so they're like, we're done working with you. Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Or he was like, if you're not going to help yourself, we can't help you. But he's all like butthurt about Dr. Now saying he didn't want to see me. So Aisha's bringing them food. And it's like, where's Diamond?
Probably, she's
Where
working.
has she been? She's a working girl. She's busy. So Aisha brings out a macaroni lasagna.
Yeah, I don't know, like a bake? Like a lasagna bake?
Yeah. Definitely not on the diet. Oh, hello.
Bread. Oh, my God.
DeShaun does not take the bread, though. The mom does. And there is a side salad, and they are drinking water. So his mom is like, I'm proud of you, DeShaun. And it's like, yeah, these baby steps, sure. But
I guess.
This is like the bare minimum. The bare minimum. So then we get to month 7.
Oh.
Dr. Now actually sent medical transport to DeShaun's apartment to check his weight. And I'm like, oh, hell yeah, let's do it. Thank God. Very exciting. We meet Melvin, the driver.
Guy, he does not get paid enough for this.
Oh, yeah, no, he does not. He walks into the apartment, walks into DeShaun's room. I assume no one else is in the home right now. Like, why isn't mom? Where's Diamond, Aisha going to help? Like, they're not there. And Melvin walks in. He's like, hey, ready for your appointment? And DeShaun's just sitting there playing video games. I'm not going. What? What do you mean you're not going?
What do you mean?
I'm waiting on my shoes. My nurse is getting my shoes.
The shoes again.
The shoes
Melvin's
again.
Like, why don't you just...
I don't want to go
to the appointment. Like, what's up with that?
Yeah. It's not like you're really going to be walking much. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Melvin asked him, he's like, how long have you not had shoes? He's like, 2 years.
What were those shoes in the beginning of the episode?
Were those not shoes?
What were those? Huh? Jesus Christ. DeShaun says in like his interview, he's like, I don't like being told what to do. I just don't want to go. And so Melvin is like, okay, well, when are your shoes getting here? Like tomorrow, day after, sometime next week? What
this is so embarrassing. It's like a child.
So
I'm
embarrassing
for him.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, this is really cringy behavior. Really, like, this man is seriously mentally ill. Like, he's using the shoes as an excuse to not go to an appointment.
And just holding the video game controller, being, I don't want to go. I don't want to get my shoes.
Yeah.
This is like an 8-year-old. This is a child. This is so embarrassing.
Yeah. This is a literal child.
This is really bad.
I don't know how he's not embarrassed, but Melvin says, okay, well, next week when you get your shoes, we're going to take you. Okay. Okay. Yeah. He's not going. Yeah. He's not fucking going. So we talked to Melvin outside the apartment, and Melvin like was on it. He clocked that so fast. He was like, I can tell he's really sad and angry and scared. And, I think the shoes are kind of like, it's deeper than the shoes. So then DeShaun says, oh, Melvin was cool, but I'm just frustrated about going.
I didn't want to take it out on Melvin.
Yeah, because he was cool. Oh, God. So Dr. Now calls DeShaun and it's like, what happened? Why didn't you go to the appointment? DeShaun says, I can't go because I don't have my shoes yet.
We have seen people barefoot on this show walk in stores.
Yeah. Betty Jo walked around in her wet socks.
Wet socks.
Like, most people don't even wear shoes to these appointments. Like, what the hell? So Dr. Now does say to DeShaun, I've heard you're doing well with therapy and you've been making progress with PT. So let's move this appointment to next week when you get your shoes. And so he gets off the phone with Dr. Now and he starts crying. And I'm like, oh, this is like a big, deeper issue. What the hell?
He's just like annoyed.
So he says, he says he's frustrated with Dr. Now because DeShaun says that Dr. Now wanted nothing to do with him. And now Dr. Now wants to help because he's making progress. And I'm like, well,
yeah, this is his job. He can't, like, if you're not going to do anything, he can't really help you out. And he's got other people he's working with. If you're not going to do anything, he can't just, like, keep holding your hand, waiting for you to do something. Like.
Right.
Like, this is a doctor. Like.
He's a doctor. He has a job to do. Like, he can't just continue to work with people that aren't changing or getting better. Like, and especially when, I don't know, he's not making any progress or not making any, like, inclination to even want to make progress. But Dr. Now said, it sounds like you're trying with therapy and PT. Like, let's try and get you out, get your weight checked. And this is when DeShaun pulls out a bag of a 12-inch Subway sub and some
I'm like, where did this
chips.
come from?
Where did this come from? None of this is on the diet. Out of thin air. And this really fucking pissed me off. Then DeShaun starts saying, well, it's really important for me to wear shoes when I go out because one time when I was younger, I cut my foot on something outside, and ever since then, I always wear my shoes when I go outside.
What the hell?
Is he for real?
Stupidest reason.
Is he for real? This has nothing to do with the shoes. He's agoraphobic. He's depressed. He doesn't want to leave the house. Yeah. He doesn't want to do anything. This has absolutely nothing to do with a cut on his foot or wanting shoes. This is a way deeper issue. Like, how many times have, like, kids cut their feet on shit outside?
Or, like, get a paper cut. Oh, I got a paper cut one time, so I'm never going to touch a piece of paper again. That's literally what he sounds like.
Exactly. This is a hot fucking mess. So then that was month 7. Now we get to month 10. We skipped 8 and 9, and now we're at month 10.
So, yeah,
we're in Houston.
Nice. We're back in Houston. It's been 3 months since Dr. Now talked to DeShaun. He said they started to do physical therapy again, but after one session, he quit and is refusing to pick up any phone calls from the doctor, like Dr. Now. And Dr. Now's like, I think I've been blocked. I think I'm blocked.
Yeah. Yes. DeShaun also stopped answering the door for PT. He's not following up with Dr. Paradise. The mom is not answering any of Dr. Now's phone calls.
That's weird.
Dr. Now checked in with the nurse. She was fired. And this is when Dr. Now drops a bombshell. He says, multiple members of the family are getting paid by the government to take care of DeShaun. The family is incentivized to keep him at his weight so they can continue working with him to get paid.
Fucked up. I really hope that's not the reason, but if you're pretty much, it's like he is employing multiple family members, essentially.
Yeah.
Like,
with government assistance. Yeah. And even if that was multiple family members' full-time jobs working with him, wouldn't you still want him to get better?
Cared?
Wouldn't you want that for him if you really truly cared? Like, you would want to really make him try harder.
Your sibling or your cousin, you're like, I obviously want what's best for them. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. That's nuts. So I have family members that kind of in the same situation. So not same situation, but so some of my sibling in-laws are disabled. And so there are family members that take care of them and get paid by the government to take care of them. Granted, theirs is a little bit different because they are physically disabled.
It's not like this where he's
mentally disabled. Like, Yeah, like my one sister-in-law, she cannot be by herself at all. Like she just cannot be by herself. She cannot take care of herself. She is God, what's her diagnosis? I don't know. She's got a million different diagnoses, but she is very heavily disabled. And so family members, and they also have nurses that are paid to take care of her, but it's hard work, like having to watch her, make sure she's like taking care of herself, make sure she's, you know, doing the things she needs to do around her place and just keeping her alive, essentially. So there really is no her getting better.
Yeah.
But just making sure that she's okay. But I can see how in DeShaun's situation, it's a little bit easier for the family to like keep his weight up. Because the second he starts losing the weight and doing things for himself, he doesn't need them. Now, granted, I don't think it pays a whole lot. Like from my personal experience, I think it's like maybe 15, 20 bucks an hour, but you're also splitting all those hours with a bunch of other people because you need to take breaks, of course. But
I don't know.
This is just,
it's weird. And it's also probably like, they're like, well, all I gotta do is like go over their house and like hang out with them and give them food. So it's like, they're probably like, I don't really have to work that hard to make this money.
Yeah. No. All they have to do is feed him.
I don't even know if they're probably bathing him. I don't know. They might just be like, I'm just going to go over there and like help him with food and like kind of just chill. That might be their.
Yeah. Or for all they know, just say I went over. Just say I worked with you today.
Weird.
Like,
who knows?
Hey, I'll get you DoorDash. Just say I went over. Ugh. What a depressing end to the episode.
I know.
Like, this is clearly like someone who is like, not well.
No, he's not well at all. And I really think inpatient would do him some good a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm looking for an update on him now, but
I've been looking for one. There is no update. He does not have social media. He does not really. Yeah, I can't find anything on him. There's really nothing.
Yeah, I'm even I'm on
about him. Yeah. Even family members, I can't see anything.
Yeah, there's like an article that says he has nothing. There's no photos of him, videos, anything public. So nobody knows how he is doing. Hopefully he's okay, but nobody knows, unfortunately.
I know. Ugh. This was really, really
and people are like,
really rough to watch. Just like someone who is so deep in depression.
I think part of it is laziness, yes. But the part of it, but also, not leaving your room for months on end isn't just being lazy. There's something else going on here.
No, there's also definitely some severe mental illness because he is so delusional. He thinks he knows everything about Omaha and that he's been out in the world and he's like, the world has nothing to offer me. Like, that's completely delusional,
severe
bro.
Depression.
Yeah. Severe delusions, severe depression, severe everything.
What a depressing. Hopefully next episode's a little lighter, hopefully.
So, what is the next episode?
Good question.
The next episode is season 13, episode 7, Juan. We'll be watching Juan this coming Wednesday. So yeah, we'll be watching Juan, and then the following Monday we'll be covering Juan's episode. And then after that, we will be covering an oldie with Carlton and Chantel. From season 8.
And if you're interested, on Patreon this Wednesday coming up, we have season 7's Where Are They Now with Maya.
Yes, our girl Maya and her Bratmobile. Maya was the one who was Mom, Christian's at the doctor's office ruining everything.
It's a good one.
Christian.
Yeah, it's a good one. So if you are interested, check out our Patreon for that. And
links in the description.
And please leave us a rating on Apple or Spotify, wherever you're listening to this, please.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for listening. This was a hella depressing episode, but please let us know what you've thought. And join our Facebook group where we have memes, fun, jokes. Old lady's got jokes over here.
Yeah, but have a good week.
Yeah. All right, guys. Have a great week. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Oh, this comes out after the Super Bowl. So I hope, whoever wins, I hope both teams have fun. I can't wait to see Kendrick Lamar bring Drake out and murder him on stage. Cannot wait. Wasn't that hilarious,
already
guys?
Happened.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Happy Monday. Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of My 600 Pound Podcast. You can find us on Instagram at My 600 Pound Pod or Facebook on My 600 Pound Podcast discussion group. And don't forget to leave us a review on Apple and Spotify.